Your tight hips need both strength and flexibility to truly heal, but most people only do one thing, and that's why the tight hips keep coming back. Besides movement, there's also one practice that people always leave out. I'm going to share with you in today's video. Hi, I'm Carol. I'm a certified Pilates and yoga instructor, and I've been teaching movement for over 25 years. Now, many of my students have shared me that when they sit for too long, especially desk-bound job, they are feeling the pain, and I believe that's why you are here. We're going to start off with the first yoga pose to help you to release tension. Let's do it mindfully. So from here, if you have a yoga block, you can place it at the side or so. Now, the first one, you don't need any props, okay? We're going to go forward, okay? Keeping the palms shoulder width apart. Now, this is the pigeon pose modified version, all right? So we're going to have the right knee forward. Okay, you're going to move the left knee further back. Okay, just make sure there's no knee pain and relax the back toe and make sure the hips are not collapsed to one side. Okay, they are balanced, and just stay here in this position. So we're focusing on stretching the left hip flexor right now. And if this is too much for you, go ahead to lower the elbows down like this, relaxing, or you can use the block to just help you to relax your forehead. Keep your shoulders completely relaxed. You can zoom in to your left hip flexors. As you exhale, release all tension. Breathing. Breathing. Okay, another option for the modified pigeon pose. If there's no knee issue, okay, you can move your right foot, okay, closer to your left hip, and you can place the yoga block in this position and just walk your hands forward and continue to release the left hip flexors. Avoid dropping the head down, so gazing far. So you can see that my hands are pretty far away. To just start off with gentle stretch. If you're comfortable, you can move it closer. Keep the shoulders down, so you don't want to sink into your shoulders, and breathe comfortably, lengthening. Make sure there's no discomfort in the back. So that's one choice for the hip release, and remember to practice on the other side. Okay, we're going to practice the Anjaneyasana, crescent moon. We're going to do it the modified way. So once again, we're going to have our palms here, and let's have the right foot forward between the palms or the fingertips. Make sure the fingertips align. And from here, I'm just going to tuck my back toe and slowly walk my knees back. So if your hip flexors are really tight, just pause here. Okay, relax your toes. You can just start by just gazing far and gently releasing the hip flexors. Okay, can just stay here. For those who want a deeper stretch, if you've been doing this for a while and you want to progress from here, you can walk your knees further back. So keep the front knee somewhere over your ankles. And if you're comfortable, you can have your hands on your knees and keep the hips forward and chest shining forward. You can always have support. Let's say you have a chair here, you can hold on to the chair, shoulders relaxed, or if there's a bench, you can hold on to the bench, and staying here, breathing, aware that your hips are not tilted to one side. Feel the left hip is shining forward when you are practicing in this position. Okay, so hands can be in prayer as an option, or arms can be up, breathing. And when you come back, slowly lower the hands down, and we can tuck our back toe and bring the right foot back. You can go into your downward facing dog to give a nice long stretch, counter stretch, 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 and slowly relax. Next, we're going to practice the high lunge. Of course, you can start with the right foot, but just for demonstration, I'm just going to switch leg when I have my left foot forward. I'm going to take a small step back and keeping my toes pointing 45 degrees. And from here, I'm going to bend my left knee, okay? And I'm going to shift the weight forward. And this time, I'm going to shift my back heel, make sure it's not collapsed, okay? Keeping the heel up and just keeping my knees, back knee really straight. Now, this is a gentle version, okay, where we're not going too deep, but you can feel the stretch here. At the same time, you're strengthening the legs, okay, by straightening the knees and not allowing to collapse. All right, And once you're comfortable, you can also take a smaller step back. Just go a little bit deeper. Okay, so you can feel a deep stretch here in your right hip flexors. You can always hold on to a chair if you need to. Hands in prayer is an option, or arms up. Stretching the back knee, breathing. Okay, so you do not want the hip to twist, and feel the right hip shining forward. Okay, slowly come back up. Hands in prayer, inhale, exhale, the back foot step forward. And we go to Tadasana. We're going to lie down on the mat. So this is a combination of hip mobilization and also pelvic stabilization. So from here, we're going to keep the knees bent, make sure the spine is in neutral. We're going to relax our buttocks, relax our hips and palms here. So I call this the capital A. Okay, placing the palms down, keeping the spine neutral, shoulders away. All right, your knees and feet hip distance apart. So more important here is you are not tensing, okay, your glutes or your back. Okay, you want to relax your hip flexors completely. Okay, and then from here, you're going to slowly draw one knee up, keeping your knee somewhere over your hip socket. Your lower back is relaxed, okay, but you're not pressing your lower back down. Softly point your toes, so knees in 90 degrees. I'm going to relax my hip, just like a small circle first. So the goal here is to keep the pelvis stabilized. So I'm going to go inwards, drawing small circles with my knees, okay, but actually you can also think of your thigh bone drawing circle on the mat. All right, and in opposite direction, so you can go inhale one circle, exhale one circle, inhale one circle, and exhale the other side. You can also give yourself a little stretch here, take a deep breath, and exhale, lengthen lower down. Okay, so I'm just going to work on the other leg so you can see how quiet the pelvis is. At the same time, I'm not tensing. So most of the time, okay, when my students are doing this the first time, they got very tight hips, they normally can't even move the legs because they're tensing so much. The reason is because they're not able to relax from within, okay? So it's not about just relaxing your thighs, but really from within, and therefore it's always a good practice to do your breathing before you start any practice. And from here, we're gonna go inwards. So inhale, exhale, inhale. So when you're very new, just keep the circle very small, and in opposite direction, inhale. And as you get more comfortable, yes, the circle can get bigger and bigger, but you notice that the pelvis is very quiet, okay? You do not want to rock the pelvis. And from here, we're going to do a little stretch here, stretching the back, okay? Hamstring and calves all the way to your lower back, and then from here just lower down, release and relax. Okay, from here I'm going to demonstrate the next exercise, which will be the side leg series. So I'm going to choose this exercise here. So I'm going to keep it just easy by just lying down on the mats like this, one long line in this position. Make sure the lower waist is not sinking down, and from here just going to move my lower leg slightly in front and top leg here. Okay, I'm going to flex my top leg. So lower leg will help me to balance and avoid arching. So from here, gazing forward, okay, and from here as I exhale, just going to move the leg hip level, the top leg here, 45 degrees, and slowly, softly point your toes coming back to neutral. And then from here, if you're comfortable, without arching your lower back, just going to move the foot back and stretch the hip flexors without pushing the rib cage forward, okay? And then flex, exhale. So we have more strength, okay? You're going to keep it a bit more than 45 degrees. Avoid dropping the foot down, okay? And inhale, softly point the toes, reaching back, releasing the hip flexor. Exhale. And softly point your toes and inhale, reach back and exhale. So maximum, you want to go up to only 90 degrees and not any further. Okay, and then from here, we're going to reach back, feel longer instead of just going back, okay? So that will really help to stretch out, okay, the hip flexors, and slowly come back, okay? And from here, remember again to practice both sides. We're going to bend both knees. And the last exercise, okay, that I want to share is more of a release, okay? We go into the mermaid. Now for the mermaid stretch, okay, we're going to bend our knees. You can bend one leg this way and the other leg this way. And from here, sitting tall like this, okay, you can also elevate your hips, okay. If it's not comfortable, you can also sit on the yoga block. Just make sure there's no knee pain for this practice, all right? You can always go into the diamond legs. And from here, we're going to reach one arm up. As we exhale, slowly stretch to the side and slowly sway to the other side, keeping the sit bone heavy, okay. So as you're doing this, we're also stretching the back, okay, the side of the rib cage and also the hips, and stretching both sides. And then from here we come back. Now we're going to slowly extend the left arm here, okay, your left arm, I'm doing mirror image, and from here we're going to slowly slice across, and this back hand is going to support us. So for a start, we can just point to the side, okay. If you want a little bit deeper stretch and make sure there's no strains in other parts of the body, we're going to slice a little bit more and going upwards like there's a mountain far away, and we're going to reach far and stay here and just feel the stretch here on your hip flexor, your thighs. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Inhale, exhale, and slowly return. Okay, and don't forget to practice on the other side. Your hips do not need to be too strong or too flexible. Okay, you want a good balance of the strength and flexibility that will help to support you. Actually, it will start from your daily life also. Okay, so when you are sitting too long, you want to be aware that you should stand up, okay, release tension and maybe walk a little bit and do a bit of stretches and strengthening before you sit down again. It all starts from the daily life to maintain healthy hips. Now let me know in the comments below, do you feel better after the release or the strengthening of your hip flexors? I've got more to share with you. I've recorded several videos on releasing hip flexors and also how to keep your hips healthy to prevent pain. Now remember to keep your practice consistent. It's okay to keep it really short, but at least you start to move regularly. It will help you, all right? Have a wonderful day and I'll see you in the next practice.